Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Can you turn up your volume?
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Daniel.
How's it going?
Hey, good, good. Yourself?
Not too bad. Okay, gotcha. Cool, guys. Awesome. Where are you guys calling from?
We are in Chicago.
Okay, cool. Very nice. Very nice. And yeah, I appreciate your patience. Just had to wrap up another meeting. But you guys are good for the next like 45 minutes to have in a chat?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So, let me just get organized here because I know you guys did speak to Santa, right? She was texting you guys. You guys are
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Okay,
don't know
gotcha.
who was texting me. I think it was Brennan. No?
Yeah. Brennan and Santa, they gave me some notes. They kind of gave me a rundown of kind of what you're looking for. So I already know, like, the household income, all this stuff like that. Um, First part of this call is really just like confirming some of the information they gave me. And then if there's any
Yeah,
change that we
absolutely.
have to make, then I'll update that. And then after that, what we'll do is I want to get to know you guys a little bit more, understand like what you guys are trying to build, what's working right now, what's not working right now, and then if everything aligns, then I'll show you kind of how the results are working in the academy, and then you guys can get
Okay.
started. Sound good?
Yep. Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
So I guess if we were to just take a step back though, really quickly, before we kind of get into the numbers and stuff like that, like what was it specifically that you guys saw from Brennan, or I guess from like the team, um, that made you guys want to reach out and get on a call?
Yeah, I think it was. I more so follow him on Instagram, and I've been just kind of looking at ways of how can we, just be more, I guess, educated, balancing our budget. We have an 18-month-old. So it got me to thinking about a lot of different things, right?
You
How
had a
do
what? Sorry, you cut out there.
18-month-old son.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And just thinking about how we can be better financially for us and for him in the future. And really just cutting down. The city of Chicago is not cheap by any means, and we live a pretty, I mean, we do what we want basically. And so
Right.
thinking about that a little bit differently moving forward, like where can we cut? How do we save? Um, you know, Balancing our budget, and so forth. Yeah, just kind of in a nutshell. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add.
No, I think that summarizes it. Yeah.
Maximize our retirement. How do we just thinking about all those different items and all while just cutting our
Yeah,
debt.
for sure. Yeah, no, 100%. Don't we all, right? I mean, it's all about the ones and zeros. Before we get more on like the actual personal side of that. But like
Yeah.
I also did hear that you guys are also like in a high income tax drag right now, and like you don't really know, I guess ideally like monthly contribution levels, I guess like that. Is that correct?
A little bit. I don't know if I mentioned that in there, but yeah, even that, like how do I make my tax situation work better for us, right? What
Gotcha.
can we do differently um and so forth.
Cool. Sounds good. And then just so I can understand the dynamic, like you guys both feel the same way? Right, like here, do you have anything else that you want to add or you disagree with, Victor, or anything like that?
Yeah, no, I think I mean we both are sort of approaching this in different, I don't want to say mindsets, but he holds more financial literacy than I do. So I think a part of this process is also going to be me kind of playing catch up in a way of just kind of understanding the basics.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I hear you. And just curious, like what made obviously with the 18-month-old and like just wanting to get better at investing, but like, usually the dynamics differ from couple to couple. I guess like for you specifically, Kira, like what made you want to take all the initiative and like bear all that responsibility of trying to like catch up, quote unquote.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm a social worker and I've always worked in nonprofits, and some money has always been a challenge for me.
Right.
And when we had our son, I decided to step into my own business. And so, kind of having
Right.
two babies at once. So, I do it part time, but I think just wanting my income has decreased, but my responsibility has increased. Uh,
Mm,
and so, wanting to just have a better understanding of how, again, like Victor said, my money can best, or our money can best work for us so that life just feels more manageable.
I hear you. And just so I have the full picture, like when you say like responsibility increase, income decrease, like what does that mean exactly? Like you just have more stuff in the business going on or like life? What do you mean?
Yeah, life. So I take care of our son full time, and
right.
then in the evenings I see some clients in the evenings. So I have a
Oh, nice. Like you were like you're a therapist, like licensed therapist?
mhm,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Very cool. Yeah, my wife is actively pursuing that right now. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
cool. Very cool, guys. Okay, awesome. So then what I would say at that point, guys, like with all the numbers that I have, just before we go into like the next part of the conversation, one thing I want to understand is, well, you know, household income, right, before taxes, I'm assuming.
Right.
Yeah, so this year closing the books, I was around, and then yeah,
Is
so
it two of
about
you guys?
just me.
Okay. And
So,
then with taxes, like how much are you paying in taxes right now?
Oh, that's a good question. Out of that, um, I don't have. I would probably,
Wow.
hmm
Really?
yeah, because I'm in a commission. I'm in a commission environment along with hourly. So
Wait, so
yeah.
you made one.
No, oh no, 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 no. I pre-tax is what I'm bringing home is
Okay, gotcha. I thought I misunderstood you. I thought you said you paid. I thought it was
it's like,
no,
oh,
no, 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 no.
okay.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. And then another thing I'd want to know is like as far as like savings goes, how much
hmm
savings and credit cards, like we'll just make it super tactical, super quick. How much liquid
Yeah.
savings you guys both have together?
Together. So savings. What do you mean by savings?
Um,
Like liquid in a checking account or HSA, like stuff that's movable.
Stuff that's it. So on my end, so we have one joint account,
Yeah,
but we don't we said we were gonna put money in there, and then it just kind of died. It's an it's a high yield savings account,
Mhm.
right.
but we probably have what like
okay. And then total investment portfolio, like how much do you guys have total net worth outside of your home?
outside of my home, so 401k, all that good stuff, or
Yeah.
um 120. I probably say about 200. I don't know how much you have in your. So yeah,
See?
about yeah.
Okay. And then credit, we'll do two numbers here just to make it super simple. What do
hmm
you guys have like current like debt balance as far as like on the cards? And then what's the total limit of everything total?
Do you want me to include my mortgage or
No, not mortgage. Any
Mortgage is credit card.
lines of credit and any consumer things like credit cards or
lines of credit? Okay, yeah. So I do have a line of credit on my house that said I think, and then credit cards. I'd probably.
that's total limit.
What do you mean total limit?
So like
Like,
all of the cards total limits combined. So if I have like a $10,000 credit card and a $30,000 credit card, then my total limits across everything is 40,000.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. The total limit, it'd be yeah, roughly around there for me.
Okay, so that was
Yeah.
so out of the 15, how much of that is debt?
No, it's all that. It's
Oh,
that.
it's
So
all
it'd be
that.
like it's student loan, and then yeah, that our Amex card.
Okay. So that would be balanced then. So like debt or like money that you have owed on a card would be balanced. So what's your total limit on your just your credit cards?
Okay, so like what I have up to?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, geez, probably yeah.
The line of credit, you said that's debt or balance out of how much?
Uh-huh.
Out of I think it's like 105.
Okay, got it. And all right, cool. Sounds good. And then do you guys have any like 0% interest debts or are they all like high interest?
There, it's not. I don't have any high interest, like 15-20%. I don't have any. I'm cutting those down. They're minimal now. So,
Okay. I'm hearing you guys. I'm hearing you guys. So,
what about you? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
oh, is that just I thought that was together. So that's just you, Victor?
Yeah, that was just me.
Okay.
I probably have around balance, and I'm trying to look up my limits here, but
Yep.
probably around 15 in limit.
Okay. So 15 limit.
That's not exact, but that's a guesstimate.
And then how much is utilized?
About
And then that's it basically for you.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the last number I would want to know is just the cash flow, right? Buffer. Um, after income and then expenses, like how much are you guys saving per month?
Saving per month. We really don't honestly have a plan for saving per month.
Like, do you guys have like a buffer every month? Like when you receive your paychecks and then you pay everything out, like car rent or car mortgage, or do you not know?
Honestly, no.
Got it. So
I
like
I pay
paycheck, so
all of
paycheck to paycheck?
I'm sorry.
So like paycheck to paycheck kind of thing?
Not necessarily. It's just everything goes into my checking and it just stays there. Right.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay, but there is a buffer though.
yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, for
Yeah,
sure.
okay. So just unknown. Do you know roughly how much like would be in there?
I
Like
honestly
total monthly income and then maybe just like guesstimated how much you guys are spending per month on average?
I honestly wouldn't be able to give you an answer, to be honest.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I don't know how much we're spending a month, which is part of the reason we want to like
Okay.
just get all of our numbers and make sure that we're
Sure.
clean some
So
audit.
so super helpful. These numbers give me a lot of context as to like what's going on under the hood.
Yeah.
Um, but sitting with these numbers, right? Like with the credit, the debt, the savings, like the little savings that we have, the investments, the credit, the unknown buffer. I guess like just sitting with these numbers, like how does this current snapshot like make you guys feel?
um I think I don't know, my initial reaction is um a little bit of shock, to be honest, that we don't know that we don't that we've had these conversations, but we've never really sat down and like really crunched numbers. And so it leads me to believe that it's a good conversation we're having to start the year to really kind of put an action item forward. So
Kira?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I see him work so hard day to day, and I know I'm working really hard too. So I think, yeah, it's both kind of shocking and a bit disappointing. And at the same time, I just feel like life moves so fast. It's hard for us to just take the time to schedule and sit down. When we have the free time, it's like, why would we want to have these difficult conversations? And so I think again, yeah, like this is an opportunity for us to take that initiative and focus on ourselves and hope for some long-term change.
100%. I mean, hey, like self-awareness is the hardest part. And if I were to let you guys in on a secret, the numbers don't really matter. They don't. And the reason why I'm saying that is because regardless of the results we have in our program or like how we can help you guys, it never really has to do with the condition of the wallet or the condition of the portfolio, but it's really a condition of the mind. Because if you're able to reframe your way of thinking or just get super self-aware on where we are now, why we are now, that's important, why we are now, and then where we need to be, that's all that matters. And then the honest truth, the secret is, it's not only the condition of the mind, but, you have to be the type of people that are willing to move heaven and earth to provide a better future for your kid and for your future.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think right now I opened up I have a 529 account for him. I have a brokerage account for him that is automatically goes in there every biweekly into his brokerage and monthly into his 529 account.
Right.
So I feel I have a brokerage account as well that I dabble, but I want to kind of maximize that even more. And I have a lot of money. I have money in my checking account, but it's just sitting there, right? And so we also live in a I live in a three flat, so it's uh I own the house, and so there's some things that I like that I feel good about, and then just having a conversation with you, like I said, it definitely feels like there's a lot of room for improvement
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. So
Yeah, for sure. So let's unpack all that right now. The numbers are out of the way. Like, let's unpack kind of, yeah, exactly what we're talking about. So why haven't you guys had this conversation sooner?
that's a good question. I'm not sure why, to be honest. We um we've always had our separate accounts, so I think like we've never really, I guess me as the person who pays all the bills, the house bills and so forth, I think, and I'm not speaking on your behalf, but we both are just like I don't know, we have our money and we have our money, and we really haven't talked about how we can make it grow together. So
And what sort of impact has it had on your family?
um I'm not sure. I handle all of the expenses in the house, so I don't know. To me, it's just, I don't know. It's just is what it is.
I would say I feel like money has been a source of stress, at least for me, for throughout our relationship. I mean, I can say I know that I don't have a healthy relationship with money. Money has always been a source of conflict growing up for me. And so
Mhm.
it's always been, yeah, just I have I would say like a underlying conflictual relationship with it now. And so
Yeah.
engaging these conversations with Victor around money has always been difficult. So I think uh, that's one layer of it for me, for sure. And then
I think
And
we
I,
need
I
to,
appreciate you for telling me that.
yeah, for sure. Um, and then me being a social worker, like I've always had a much lower income than Victor, and I think there's always some elements of guilt around that too, seeing how hard he works to take ownership of the bills and such. Um, so yeah, I think that's what I hold in, yeah, my contribution to why conversations don't take place.
For sure. That said, how long has that been going on for between the two of you guys? If you could think about like the first time that this has been here,
Probably around 5, 6 years, maybe.
5 or 6 years. Okay.
Yeah, we've been living together for about 6.
All right. And I know usually, especially with high income earners, it really just depends on the type of work that someone does or like the strategies that they have so far. But I guess with, the numbers that we have and like the investments, the savings, your guys' age and experience level in your career, I guess like, you know, outside of just being shocked and disappointed, like what about that is disappointing? Like the numbers that we're talking about.
To me, the disappointment is what's going out and what's coming in. More so just kind of like we have goals, obviously, right? And we want to buy a house in the next year or two. And so what steps are we doing um to reach that goal? And we've been talking about it for a little bit, but it's almost like, well, how are we going to get there, right? And and I think part of that conversation is like, well, how do we save more money and so forth. And so my disappointment was like that I couldn't answer your question, right? Like what's going out and what's I know what's coming in, but what's going out. And so that leads me to believe that there's a lot more that, that we need to think about with regards to that. And it's something that we've talked about. But every time we talk about it, I feel like we get into an argument of sorts. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm married too, so I understand. Um, Money is always hard to talk about. Now, one thing I want to make very clear is that we're not here to shame you guys or put you guys down. Like, I'll never do that. Like, I'm here to not only like educate you guys, but my mission is to do everything in my power to make sure you guys get to where you want to go. Nothing else. Right? So I appreciate you guys for opening up and being vulnerable because this is all what it's about. Again, it's not the condition of the wallet, it's what's up here that matters. Right? So the thing is, like, just in the last like 5 to 6 years, um, considering that you've been wanting to buy a house, but just extending that just so I can get the full picture, I guess like what other opportunities have you missed out on or lost because of the lack of clarity or context or control over our
Yeah,
fund?
I think investments, um, and this house, like part of what I bought this house maybe about 10 years ago, and it's a three flat and tore it down to the studs. And my dad's in he remodels houses for a living, so even potential for like buying another investment I don't know, an investment house and just investments in general. So
Okay. I guess beyond the ones and zeros, right? Like, if we had those things, like what would that give us? Like what exactly have we missed out on because of not having those things in place?
yeah, I don't know.
Outside of the money, because there's only
Yeah.
so many Birkin bags you can buy for the family,
Hmm.
Mhm.
right? So like what are those things that we feel like we've not been able to do because of that?
I don't know. I think we live a very, I mean, we do what we want type of, we enjoy traveling. So,
You guys travel a lot?
um, within the last year and a half, not so much, um, but yeah, we enjoy traveling. So I think we don't limit ourselves into what we want to do. Um, Kind of foodie, so we're always going out to eat and just enjoying life as well. So we on that end, I don't think we've limited ourselves to anything, and but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's true. And at the same time, for me, there's always, I mean, the first thing that came up to answer your question, which I'm not sure if it does answer, but was just like guiltless joy. Like for me, I find there's always like we do engage in all these things, but there's always kind of an underlying feeling of guilt or whatnot coming from my end, since my salary has always been like drastically lower than his. So, yeah.
Have you noticed that as well, Victor, or is that just her?
No, I mean we always have we've had conversations about this.
Like the
But
guilty part?
Yeah, the guilty part, and and we always talk it through, and I let her know that she shouldn't feel guilty about it, but um,
Yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate this. But the real question that we have to ask really is if we don't get a grip on our finances, right? And we don't start taking, I guess, our financial system or literacy like more serious, I guess what does that mean for you guys down the road? Like if we just continue
mhm.
this, like what happens?
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we keep doing the same things, right? And there's really no
Just feels like we're in survival mode constantly, at least for me.
yeah.
Like constantly playing catch up.
Yeah,
And
because
what does that mean exactly? Like survival. I mean, are you guys surviving now? Like what does survival mean differently than now?
Yeah. When I say that, I'm meaning like it feels like we're working so hard, and yet what we're, well, it's kind of, I guess, conflictual because as Victor says, we kind of go out and do what we want to do. We enjoy our food and cocktails and travel and whatnot. And at the same time, those longer term goals of buying a house, buying a car, like ensuring we have, I don't know, more investment properties, as Victor said, or a future for our son. Um, that always, I think my energy around that like survival piece is directed towards that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like losing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. I mean, it's different for everybody. That's why I ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know for me, if I just stopped taking my finances seriously and like wasn't organized, my parents would probably be homeless, right? Like I'm paying for their mortgage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I wouldn't be able to have the privilege of working wherever I want with my wife and helping her go through school while I'm the breadwinner. Right. So these are all things that are important to us because it's never the goal or the desire that will push you to do something. Because if I said, okay, like if I were to ask you guys, like, okay, like what is it that you want? You said you guys want to travel more, spend more time with the kid probably, eat more delicious food, and still be able to do that financially responsibly. Right. And I said, okay, everything that you want is at the end of the hall and we're all sitting together. It's at the end of the hall, go. But there's 5 miles of broken glass on the ground. You're probably not going to run that fast or run at all. So what we have to start thinking about is what is that thing that has to be behind us that will make us run forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm
Does
understanding
that
what
make
you're saying.
sense?
Yeah. So when you started giving some examples, like um he like his commitment to work and whatnot, like was gave me the opportunity to quit my job, take care of our son full time, and then start my own business. So I think that's a big piece for me is that if he were to just stop caring about his finances, then I would be forced to put our son into daycare and then return to work full time.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, I'm just charging my camera because it's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, totally. I mean, so that's the thing. That has to be behind you guys.
For me,
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's my family, right? It's knowing that Kara and my son are taken care of. that they have that there's security for both of them, right? And and that's the important thing for me.
I hear you guys. Yeah. And, it's like it's always about that. And that's the biggest reason why people don't succeed, is because they always consider success without failure, which is why they never actually get there,
Mhm.
which is why people can live on for so many years, 5, 6, 7 years, living in their consequence of inaction. Right. So the thing that I want to ask you guys is, well, I know you guys said time and the stress has kind of prevented you guys from like really tackling this, but like, can I share a perspective on that?
Please.
Like, I think it's more symptomatic, if anything, because if I told you, like, let's say you looked at me and I had like a massive cut on my arm through my bicep and it was gushing blood and like it was so deep that you were like, oh my gosh. If you told me, why are you why are you on this meeting right now? Go to the hospital. And I told you, oh, I don't have time. Or like, oh, I can't talk about it because I'm too stressed about it. Or like, I don't want to start an argument. That's symptomatic. The problem could be that I'm just scared of doctors, or I don't want to get help because I'm shameful of it, or I'm prideful, or it's just I don't like doctors. I don't trust doctors. So do you see where I'm kind of going there?
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Where does it apply with you guys? Like, why have we left this gash open for 6 years?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I kind of spoke to that around like I know that my relationship with money is conflictual. So I think I hold a lot of shame around shame and fear, I think, around talking about money. So I think that's what,
And getting help?
yeah. And I think like Victor said, sometimes we might talk about money and it turns into an argument. And I think his words trigger some of those insecurities that I have around money. And so then I might like react from a place that I don't necessarily want to react from. So I think that's what I carry and contribute.
Yeah, I definitely think it's been avoidance for sure.
What about you, Victor?
Yeah, for me, and I don't know, I feel like as a person who pays all the bills, to me, it just seems easy to not have that conversation and just say, I have it under control. It's fine. And so forth. So I think it's always been like, hey, I have this money here, I have this money here. And yeah, it would just be easy not to talk about it because I know that it always kind of led to an argument of sorts. So it's kind of avoidance, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear you guys. Um, Anything else?
No, I think
No, I think, I mean, when he just said that out loud, like I feel like a common thing that I'm always saying is that I feel like, uh, I just said it earlier today too.
Shame, fear.
Um,
Guilt.
no, I said it earlier to him before this call, but like kind
Oh,
of being on my own boat sometimes where like as he just said, he takes responsibility and sort of just takes ownership. And sometimes that leaves me feeling in the dark,
isolated.
isolated. Yeah, thank you. Um, Isolated around conversations about money and our goals and such. And so I think that's kind of where my financial literacy, where I really hope to increase in that so that I feel like I might have some sort of grasp. But I think ultimately it's really just more open communication around it too.
Yeah. And I mean, if I were to share another perspective on that as well, you know, we live in a society where, if someone's overweight or trying to lose weight, but they've been doing that for years, and you know, we love them, but we don't confront them about it and be like, hey, this hasn't been working for 5 years. Like, you got to do something about it. Versus how it's usually sorted out. It's pat on the back, keep trying, or just avoid it entirely because we want to avoid that confrontation. Now, obviously, whether it's being overweight or not having money or whatever it is, it really just comes down to the type of person we want to be, right? Because at the end of the day, I can sit here and I can tell you guys how we're going to help you make money and how we're going to help you get out of debt and invest better and just get a better grasp on your system. But none of that matters. Like, what's more important is, are you guys finally willing to explore or finally drawing the line in the sand and being committed to, I guess, not becoming the couple, sorry, becoming the couple not that doesn't like not disregards your feelings. Like, it's okay to feel uncertain, it's okay to feel shameful, it's okay to feel prideful, right? Because I get that. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but like, how committed are you guys to stepping into the role of a couple that is willing to move heaven and earth to provide for their kid, even if it's easy not to talk about it, even if it's painful, it's expensive. Like, how committed are you guys to being that type of couple? Because you don't have to be.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, personally, I feel like we're both in a place where we're ready to take this on. I think. What do you think, Peter?
But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I I want to see, I'm up for the challenge, right? I mean, I think it's something that that I want to explore and do, and and uh and yeah, I guess I definitely want to see what changes I can make, we can make collectively, and see how that, um step up outside the box a little bit, if you will, right? And see how that impacts our lives, and see what changes come of it, right? Um,
And
I appreciate your answer, both of you guys. Like, sincerely, I do, because I care about you guys. But because I care for you guys, I also need to give you guys some tough love for a second here. We're not on this call today to see.
mhm.
We're not on this call to see how we can become a better husband or become a better wife or a better couple, right? Like, we want to make that change because ideally we can sit here and just have the conversation, but treat it like the same conversation we've been having for the last 6 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So seeing is believing, of course, but how much longer do you guys want to be the couple that is just um, optical versus gaining the courage and taking action, drawing a line in the sand, moving heaven and earth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, no, definitely. I mean, that's what we strive for.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Brendan would 100% ask you guys, I'm gonna ask it now. Like, do we have your guys' permission to hold you guys accountable and push you guys to do things that are uncomfortable in the moment, but are best for your growth and development?
Yes. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
part of my response, or part of what is going through my head right now, is a bit scary. right? Like how is this gonna impact my day to day? How is that gonna impact us, in weekends, or what's this gonna look like? And it's a bit scary, to be honest. But um, I'm committed. I'm committed to. I told her that before we jumped on this meeting. I said part of what um, kind of captured me to jump on this call is the accountability piece, right? And and really keeping us accountable. That kind of one-on-one coaching and how we're progressing and showing our commitment. And I'm absolutely committed.
Love it. You know what that's called? Courage. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, but it's a triumph over it. So I do not need you guys to not be scared. That's not what I'm saying. You guys need to be scared.
No, yeah, no, I accept that I'm scared. I'm like, man, okay, this is a commitment. And so
Where does growth come from? From discomfort or comfort?
discomfort.
So there you go. So you guys want to talk about the program and learn how we can get uncomfortable?
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Mhm.
Awesome. So what I'll do is I'm going to give some context first before I break down the price, the
Yeah.
investment, the timeline, and what's included. But right now, um, what I'll share with you is that again, this is not just like a course or like a program that we're throwing you guys in, and you're just learning how to get better at budgeting or better at investing.
Yeah.
Like this is a very exclusive premium hand-holding experience where we're meeting with you guys multiple times a week, and I'm doing, Brendan's doing, the coaches are doing, even the members are doing everything in their power to make sure to take someone from where they are now to exactly where they need to be. Like exactly, not a little bit, like exactly. Like if your guys' goal is to retire and make work an option, then let's figure out how we can make your guys' monthly salary with passive income, whether it's through real estate or dividend stocks, or if you guys want to set up your kid with a 529 or a brokerage account. Great, let's figure that out, right? We want to make sure that we are on the right track because if we miss our shots by a few angles or a few degrees now, we're going to end up in a completely different place, right? So what we talk about now and the actions that we take now is very specific to these standards that you guys hold for yourself. And we're going to relentlessly pursue that with you guys. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
So with the actual program itself, those are the standards that we're holding you guys accountable to, right? So with the actual the investment, it's 10 grand. Okay. If you have to find a way to make it work for you, obviously not everyone that we speak to has the full investment. So there are ways to break it down. If we need to do that, we can talk about that at the end of the call. Okay. But very easily, in the next 2 minutes, I'll show you exactly how you can make that back within 6 months, if not more. If not more, right?
Yeah.
Um, what we do is it's 6 months intensive, and then it's lifetime access after that. With those intensiveness of the 6 months, obviously it's manageable. You guys are both grown adults. I've spoke to people that are single moms or people working in the oil fields that are single. You guys can handle it, right? We're talking about a few calls a week or maybe a few calls a month. We'll identify what times we can meet with you guys. So it's not a problem as far as scheduling or
Yeah.
can we make it work? So we're meeting with you guys multiple times a week in those 6 months. And in the first 6 months, what we're doing is three things. So we're tracking your money, number one. That's first pillar. Number two is grow your money. And then third thing is protect your money. So track, grow, protect. Okay. Now with number one, with the first pillar, track, all we're doing here is just the age old saying of you can't fix or scale what you don't see.
Yeah.
So we want to essentially like treat your life or your finances like a nervous system with blood pumping in the heart. That's what's your income. That's your investments. And then all the veins and everything is where your money's going. So we want to identify is where is it clotting? Where is it gushing out? Where is it not going? And we do that with AI. We automate that fully for you guys so that all your expenses, bills, investments, income, it's all automated. So no more having to like go back to bank statements or look at receipts in the drawer. Like it's literally all automated. And then once it's done, it's 30 minutes a month. Literally, that's it. Okay, so that's number one, seeing exactly what's going on, where the buffers are, because we don't know that, knowing exactly what the buffers are, and then finding ways to actually reduce our costs as well. Most people save anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a month on average once they install the tracking system. There's 2,000 people in here, so $2,000 to $4,000 a month on average saved. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is growing your money. Now with this one, it's not just growing the money with the money that we're saving from the tracking system, or like growing our money from the buffer. It's actually alleviating the stress and the responsibilities that your salary right now has. Because your salary is paying for everything. Your debt, it's funding your debt. It's also paying your debt. So two things. It's also paying your lifestyle. It's paying for your kid. It's paying for your meals. It's paying for your savings. So if one of you guys go out of work, what happens? The blood stops pumping and we die. Not literally, but you get the point. So what we're trying to do is again alleviate those stresses for you guys and finding ways to invest, like real estate, for example, or dividend stocks or money markets. That way you can start making income outside of your job. And that's how we're going to help you guys replace your income in a few years. That's what most of our clients did. So finding ways to alleviate the stress so that a few years from now, the idea of working can become optional because we've done the right steps today. And obviously what we're doing is finding ways to not only pay off your debt, but we're not doing that just by spinning our wheels and saving more money. No, it's by finding ways to invest money so that we can outpace the debt because debt grows as well, but so do investments. And they also grow, and investments can sometimes grow way faster than debt. So finding ways to essentially snowball this investment, that way it can just eat away at the debt way faster, and you're also left with more. Because most people, they just spin their wheels, save, 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 debt, 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 pay off the debt, and that's all they do. And that's how people get into generational debt because they don't break the cycle. So we're finding ways to alleviate the stress of your salary so you can invest more money, so you can pay off debt more and faster, and also have more at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And a lot of that has to do with debt, credit optimization, finding ways to utilize 0% credit cards, or finding ways to leverage from the bank, playing with interests, because debt is not bad. It's not. If you think it's bad, it's not. It's a tool. That's what all the millionaires use. That's what I use, Brennan use. That's any real estate mogul. They're in billions of dollars in debt, but their portfolios are worth a lot more, and they're also cash flowing every month. So it's just math. So we're just finding ways to use the math to balance it out instead of being where you guys are now, where it's salary, debt, interest rates, inflation. So you're never winning that battle. How would you? Your salaries aren't growing 20% a year. Neither
Yeah.
is your salary outpacing inflation. Right? So it's finding ways to become your own bank and use the same system that the higher ups many, many years ago imposed on us. So just getting power back. Okay, so that's number two. Growing your money, getting out of debt, growing your money. Okay, that's number two. Number three is protect your money. That's it. Protect your money, right? Like literally all we're doing is installing some systems like tax strategy, estate planning, wills, insurance policies, so many things. It's case by case, so I can't really give you a high level, but it's case by
Yeah.
case. But that's the whole thing that when you hear about like the tax, like the rich people not paying tax, or like like the rich people legally abusing the system with like shelter companies and umbrella companies and like lending money back and forth with each other, it's totally legal, right? And we're giving you that. We're giving you that knowledge. We're showing you exactly how to do that. And that's it. So within 6 months, we're going to show you how to track everything, grow your money and pay off debt, and protect your money long term. So that after 6 months, when everything is said and done, most people are able to get anywhere from, actually, I would say with you guys specifically, like on average, $30,000 to $80,000 increased net worth in 6 months. So you're making that much money in 6 months. Not a guarantee because I don't know. I can't force the horse to drink water. I can always lead it to water, but I can't force it to drink. But there's based off of the average, the numbers. That's the average. And then savings wise, people save anywhere from, on average, is 30K. On average, $30,000. After lifetime, we have real estate deals that we can offer you guys. We have people that can help you guys raise capital. But that's future. Let's just talk about now. Get everything sorted out. Be comfortable with money. That way we're no longer the couple that has an unhealthy relationship with money. How does that sound?
Yeah, no, I mean, sounds great.
In terms of the process, like how do you guys feel?
I feel good. I mean, I do, it does give me some type of security that this will be one-on-one coaching, commitment, accountability. Um, 10K for the program is definitely something we want to talk about for sure. But as far as commitment, I think we're both mentally committed. We just need to make sure that this is, um, it's something that we obviously are investing up front, and we just want to make sure that we're both on the same page with that.
What stood out to you guys in the program?
To me,
Both of you guys.
yeah, to me it was grow.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I if there's a level of commitment here from both of us to see how we can grow, um, I think that in itself protect. I think all of it sounds great.
I'm still here. My camera just died, so I'm still looking at you guys. I'm just turning my camera back on. But Kira, what about you?
Yeah, I think you said something similar to like we'll get you to wherever it is that you want to be. And if it's, for example, like you want to be retired by 50, like we'll get you there. That it sparked a bit of fear in me because I think going back to my relationship to money, I've never really
Right.
like thought like what that's possible, something like that. So there's both excitement and fear. That's what stood out to me the most is just like shifting that mindset to have big goals for myself.
Yeah. Or we just gain courage.
Yeah.
My camera's turning back on. I'm not intentionally ignoring you guys. I'm still here. But that being said, um, with everything that we talked about, I'll just go one at a time here. I'll start with you, Kara, first. Like, is there any reason why you feel like this wouldn't work?
No, I don't think no. I'm excited for the challenge. I really appreciate the like relational component. I mean the 10K, yeah, is something I guess we'll have to talk about, but that would be the only thing that comes up for me. Otherwise, I'm 100% on board.
Okay. Victor, aside from the investment, is there any reason why you feel like this wouldn't work out?
If we're not committed, but I think that's just if like I think I can say that um, if it wouldn't work out, it's because of us and not putting in that commitment. But I think truly it's in our hands for us um, to be able to do it if we really are committed, right? And commitment is going to be a lot of sacrifice, I'm sure, um, and um, and so forth. But I think that's the only way that I can see it not being something that we didn't make work is because of us.
So the real elephant in the room is, are you guys gonna do whatever it takes, move heaven and earth to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think we're both committed to it.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just really kind of talking about that, um what that 10K looks like, right?
Kira,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
like aside from the investment,
Hmm.
I'm
I mean,
ready.
aside from the investment, aside from, just like the willingness to gain the courage, like you feel like this is something that you would move heaven and earth to make sure that you can provide a better future for your family.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited.
Okay. So, I mean, aside from the investment, guys, like, do you guys have any other questions regarding the program?
Um, with the program, I don't have any more questions. The I guess what would you say about, you know, just kind of in your experience? I know you were talking about averages, and so forth. Like in your point of view, like listening to our what we um I guess to our portfolio, if you will, like what would you say? Um, I mean, you're talking averages, right? Like, um, I forgot what my question was going to be. Like, I guess what
Yeah.
going what would you say? What would be your feedback for us? Like outside of, I know the average feedback to the every, like you said, every person, every couple is different. Like, what would your feedback be to us, or like where, I don't know.
I hear you. So, before I answer that, like, is there any reason why you asked in particular?
No, just in terms of like what I guess in your expertise, right? Like we are committed to it, and we can see this kind of obviously not day to night over a couple months. Because for me, honestly, my is like it's a big investment up front, and you talk about these numbers, right? The 30K and 60K, and that sounds exciting. But my fear is also like, what if we don't? And I guess to your question is like, what's your why wouldn't it work? Right. So I don't know. It's just doubt without doubt, trust but verify type of mentality.
Yeah.
So I can make a suggestion, right? And I'll provide a suggestion perspective over me just like feeding you what you want to hear. Because
Hmm.
I could sit here and try to sell you guys and tell you, yeah, like, like 92% of people in our program that's joined us in the last 6 months are happy and they're confident. And the ones that aren't there are just on their way to getting there, or it just wouldn't have ever worked because they were never the type of people to take orders or not orders, take accountability and be coachable, right? And in that regard, we just refund them because we don't want to work with people that are not serious or not willing to grow or change, right? But to give you the thought or the suggestion, like the suggestion I was going to make, you know, let's say I went to Chicago, right? I picked you guys up in my car and we went to like the nearest gym. New year, new me. Let's go, guys. Come on, get ready. Get your tights on, get your sweats on, get your water bottles. We go. We walk in the front door. and we start signing up for the gym. Now, if you ask that question to the receptionist, what do you think she'll say?
It's your work.
Because like, is she gonna hand you guys a, yeah, exactly. Is she gonna hand you guys like a contract for like a guarantee saying that you're gonna get a six pack?
No,
Why not?
you got to put in the work.
Now, it's not only the work that has to be done, but it's usually the intentions. So the suggestion, here it is. It's not the work that you have to do, it's the intentions, the attitude, the behavior towards it. Because you can take action, you can be committed to something, but you can also be committed to not losing weight or not making a change.
Yeah,
You can take action towards staying at home instead of going to the gym or not joining our group calls. So my question to you guys is like, because that's really the conversation we've needed to have for a while, and I'm glad that we're having it now, and I'm happy to be the person to do that. Like I feel honored. Um, but it's like, you know, are we ready to draw the line in the sand and just bite the bullet for what it is so that we can provide better for our family?
yeah.
So do you guys want to just find a way to make the investment work? That I said that was something that we would talk about at the end of the call.
Hmm.
But just to make sure though, before that though, just want to make sure, like aside from the money, like aside from the investment, um, do you like, is this like, because again, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Like, Kira, do you feel like this is 100% something that you want to do?
Yeah, I'm committed.
Victor,
Yes.
okay. Is there anything you can think of or any reasons why this you guys don't think it's the right thing to do?
Um, I don't know. I just keep thinking about the 10K and not potentially getting it back, right? 'Cause that's my biggest like the thing
Yeah.
running through my head, right? Is how are we going to get there? What if we don't get there? I mean, it's just a lot going on right now, processing wise.
Yeah. So we can either, yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, but I like I'm excited um for what this looks like, scared for what this looks like. It's a little bit of everything for sure.
And I respect you for that. Like that's one of the most accomplishable things you could have this year, being scared to do something. Because what's on the other side of that?
Growth.
What happens if we don't lean into our fears?
Keep living the same life.
You guys want to do that?
No.
All right.
So what we do, like next steps, is we find a way to make the money work. Like I said, not everybody that comes to us has the full investment, and we make it super manageable for you to come in and make it work. Okay? We're not trying to put you guys in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Um, Now, regarding to address that fear, not to just go over it, if for whatever reason, within 30 days, you're in a bad spot, or you're seeing that this is not what you want to do, you can get your money back. Okay? This is recorded. It's all there. It's in our philosophy. We don't want to work with people that are going to waste our time.
Hmm.
So, but the thing is, obviously, like if what we're teaching you guys is not good, then you have every right to ask for your money back. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. The only clause to that would just be if you're unresponsive for 30 days and you don't tell us why, then we're literally just going to keep calling you until you get back on track. No one ever loses the track because we're so good at like, what the heck is going on? They
Yeah.
either just again, Brendan will call you or like the coaches will text you or call you. But if it really gets to that point, then they send me. And I'm the one knocking the door. And you don't want to hear from me. Not just joking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the case. Sound good? So
Yeah.
let's find a way to make the money work.
Yeah, well, I can find a way.